So sorry, but this cold that I'm getting is kind of kicking my butt, so I needed to get some tea. I'm pretty sure it's a cold. I hope it's not the flu or the pneumonia that's going around. I have no idea. Hello, beautiful people. It has been a very, very, very long time since I've actually made a video, said anything about me and I, talked about what's going on. It's been entirely too long. You guys have missed 2 of Nai's birthdays. She's turned 2, and then she turned 3. She turned 3 October of this year. And a lot has changed since the last video I did. I think the last video I did was the question and answer video, and that was almost a year ago. So a lot has changed. I have a lot to catch you up on. I'm not going to go too deep into it because that's not what I want this video to be about. I specifically did a video for this reason that I'm going to get into the topic, what it's like to be nice, mom, the stuff I do not talk about, or just people who are going through what I go through don't really shed light on, because we kind of want to make everything seem like everything's great and fine. So, just a little recap. Nai had 2 birthdays. She had, the first one was themed for Princess Tiana. I'll put a couple pictures up here. And the second one, we did a double birthday with her cousin, and that turned out very beautiful. So thank you to our family members who were a part of that, and friends. That was amazing. She had a great time. We had a great time. It was just a lot of laughs and fun. To catch you up on what's going on in this house. Well, we got a house. This is me and Nai's house that we're sitting in right now. We got it in the beginning of this year. I want to say February. We were blessed, beyond blessed, because it happened really fast, faster than expected, and it's actually accommodated for Nai's needs. So, for example, she's hearing impaired a little bit. So we have a hearing impaired doorbell that flashes lights and is really loud for her, so she can hear, and also it's a little bit handicap accessible. We have a bigger bathroom with like handles and stuff like that, assistive handles and stuff like that. It's just me and Nai here. Her dad's still in Las Vegas. We're working on that. He is handling business, and then when he's done, we're going to reconnect as a family. Oh no! Oh, that's gonna be a blooper. Oh. After that, we're going to reconnect as a family. Let's see. I changed jobs. I now have a new job. I work full-time, which is definitely a change for me because I haven't worked full-time since before Nai got sick. And also, I work overnights. Haven't worked overnights, I don't think, ever. I don't really count Victoria's Secret's working overnights. I used to work 4 a.m.s at Victoria's Secret's when I worked in Vegas, because that's when our shift started for we would do like back of the house stuff, like prepping and whatever. I worked at Victoria's Secret at 4 o'clock in the morning, and this is different from where I'm doing now. I work literally overnight. I start at 6:30 and I end at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it has been tiring. I'm so tired. I'm all the time tired, just tired. Then I gotta come home and like tend to Nai because she's like beginning to wake up around that time. Thankfully, we've gotten on some type of sleep schedule where she sleeps a little longer so I can sleep when I get home. But yeah, so Nai's doing good. Since the last time you guys saw her, she's had a major surgery. She had airway reconstruction. So basically what they did is they took a piece of her rib cartilage and put it in her throat to widen up her airway to keep it from collapsing, because she had a floppy airway, which was causing like the stridor and respiratory issues and blah 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 blah. So that was good. It went great. The scars are healing up nice. She's doing awesome. She still has the trach in, but luckily next week actually we're going to a CAP sleep study. So what that means is Nai has a trach, and usually it has like a little humidifier on it, unless they're breathing in and out through it. After her last surgery, after a couple checkups, they gave her a cap, which basically, oh no, is this little thing that we put on the end of her trach so that it cuts off air coming in and out of her trach, which it helps her practice with breathing in and out of her mouth like we do normally. So they're going to do a cap sleep study next week, and that'll determine when we can actually take out her trach, and we are excited about that because my baby is ready to eat. She keeps yelling at people with this cap on. Like, you can hear her voice, which is amazing, but all she wants to do is yell. It's like either yell or nothing. That's all you get with that. It's either yell or nothing. Also, her attitude or personality, I should say, is definitely shining through. As a 3-year-old, Nye definitely has her own personality. She's the diva, like for real. So yeah, that's the little recap on what's going on with us. Alright, so now some things that have changed on my end. As you can see, I dyed my hair. This is what I did for my birthday this year. I decided to dye my hair. I wanted to do something different. I went a little brighter than I did when I dyed my hair when Nye was first born. And I also got my nose pierced. That's something new. I lost 30 pounds, so woohoo to me. I don't know if it was intentional or not. It could have been just stress. There's a lot going on, which we're going to get into. But yeah, so that's pretty much the recap when it comes to the general things of what's going on with me and Nye. I'm not in school. I'm taking a break because I have to focus on providing for me and I right now. So I'll get back to that when I have the time and the flexibility to do so, but I do not have the resources or the help to do that right now. I tried to do it, and I had to stop because I did not have enough time to dedicate to my schoolwork, and I didn't want to fail out of school, so I just was like, let's just put a pause on this right now. So I am focusing on getting Nye to a stable place, a little bit more independent, and then I will get back into school. So there's that. So what I wanted to talk about in this video today that I've been dying to talk about for a while, I've been putting this video off for such a long time, is because there's this point where you get to, when I feel better, I'll make this video. When my camera's charged, I'll make this video. When it's sunny out, I'll make this video. When I have my hair done, I'll make this video. I came up with so many excuses to put off making this video, and I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get it out the way. I'm doing it. So, what I want to talk about is what it's like for me personally. This is not for any other mother who has children with special needs, sickness, disabilities, handicaps, whatever. This is me talking about my experience as being Nye's mom, and what goes on in my head, so I can give you guys an insight. Because I know I post pictures all the time. I'm like posting progress videos at Nye. I'm like, posting pictures of me and Nye smiling all the time. That's great and wonderful, because we do have those moments often, but there are some low moments, especially for me. So I don't remember if you guys remember that a couple of videos ago, I want to say like episode 5 or 6 maybe, I had revealed to you guys that I suffer with anxiety and depression. I still do. I'm taking medication for it. I've spoken to people about it. I'm trying to handle it, but it is an ongoing process. It is a journey. I can tell you that living by myself with Nye, I've learned a lot about myself. I learned that I'm an empath, and if you don't know what that is, look that up. That's a whole nother video if you need me to explain it. I will put in some links underneath where you can look up what empaths are, but it's a lot. Just a synopsis is I can feel other people's energies. I can see other people's energies, and I constantly take them in, not on purpose. Like, I can be in a crowded room and get very anxious and overwhelmed because I can feel other people's emotions. I can feel other people's energy. I can feel it comes off as color sometimes it comes off as heat, like temperatures. Sometimes it comes off as just I can feel what you're feeling. If you're extremely sad, I can feel that sadness, and it makes me sad. If you're extremely excited and anxious and all this other stuff, if you're in my presence, I can feel all of that. So just imagine feeling that all day, every day, in every environment that you're in. Which is probably the reason why I like being at home all the time, because there's nobody here but me and Nye. Yeah, so I did start trying to use an outlet for myself. I started trying to paint again. This is one of my paintings that I did. Yeah, so I'm trying to get back into my norm of trying to figure out who I am, because I've been Ashley the mom since before I was born. Preparing for her birth, I've been Ashley the mom, and in the process of being Nye's mom, I've lost who Ashley is, which is probably another reason why I dyed my hair, pushed my nose, and they're doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So with that being said, that is an outlet for me. I started painting again. It comes and goes. I get spurts where I want to paint, and then I'll take breaks. But also, I started making candles again, so go. You can buy candles again. We've been down for a while because Mommy didn't feel like making candles, but we're making candles again. So if you want to go ahead and order, look at whatever, ask me questions. I'll also put that link below. You can also follow us on Instagram at @NyesCreations.com or @NyesCreations, not .com, just @NyesCreations. Yeah, so that has been going on. Now, let's talk about some real stuff. Okay, hold on, let me take a sip because my throat is getting all types of weird. Oh my goodness, I love tea so much. Why is tea so awesome? Okay, so things I've been struggling with. Besides learning that I'm an empath and trying to understand these emotions and feelings that I feel heavily, I also have to deal with my emotions of overwhelmment as a mother of a child with special needs, disabilities, handicaps, whatever you want to call it. I explained exactly what type of stuff is going on with Nye in my last video, episode 9, with the question and answer, because people had so many questions, and I just want to thank everybody who sent in questions. And if you don't know what's going on, go ahead and check out episode 9. You can pause this. We'll be here. Check out episode 9. You can go and see all the questions you might have about Nye and what's actually going on with her, medically wise, and why she's considered disabled, handicapped, special needs. So I've been dealing with this overwhelming feeling of overwhelmment. I guess that's the only way I can put it. Being Nye's mother is a lot of work. It is a lot of tears. It's a lot of prayers. It's a lot of questioning. It's a lot of sleeplessness. It's a lot of worry. It's a lot of just routines. It's just a lot. For example, let's start with how my Sunday works. So Sunday morning we'll get up, I'll feed Nye. She has to be fed through G-tube, so I'll set up this little machine over here and I'll flush her with some water. Go ahead and pour the milk into her little bag, run the tube, have that run over 45 minutes time, flush her again. Thank God she's not on meds anymore. She used to be on ranitidine, which we had to give her for every twice a day. But she's not on that anymore because I don't think she has reflux. So we do the feed, get her up, get her dressed, change her diaper, play with her, start practicing walking with her, talking with her, trying to work on baby signs so she can communicate with us, because Nye currently is nonverbal. She doesn't talk. She can't really communicate her needs with us. And I don't know if she's able to do it at this point. Nye's cognitive and developmental delays are pretty significant, as well as her physical. So Nye's 3 years old and she cannot walk. She cannot talk. She can make noises. Like I said, she yells. She yells with the purpose, but she doesn't have, she cannot talk. She cannot crawl. She cannot be on all fours without support. She can sit up, but once she tips over, that's it. She can't. She works on her ab muscles to try to lift her back up, but she's pretty much like a 4-month-old when it comes to how she can get around. So that is something that I have to deal with because I have to carry her everywhere. Now, Nye is 3 years old, so she's long and she's heavier than an infant. So granted, she hasn't hit her 25-pound mark yet, which we're working on, because she's underweight, which we knew was coming because it comes hand in hand with her genetic abnormality. But This thing right here has become my best friend lately. This is a wrap sling. So before I had this, where I just stick her in here and walk around and do what we need to do and my hands are free, it was really difficult for me to go and do my everyday things, needs, responsibilities, because I had to carry Naya around. So I only had one arm, and whenever we go out in public, she has to go with a oxygen. Well, she has an oxygen tank in the car. It's for emergencies, but we have to keep it with us. She has a really huge diaper bag that has her medical emergency soap bag in it from CHOP, which are all her medical emergency backup things just in case something goes wrong. She has her suction machine, which is this big old heavy thing that we have to take with us, that we have to suction out her trach with every time she's backed up. And then we have my purse, and God forbid I have laundry or groceries or whatever that I need to bring into the house. It's a lot, especially for somebody who's by herself. And I don't say by myself as in her father's not in the picture. Her father is very much so in the picture. He calls her every day. He helps us when we need him. He helps out with bills. He helps out emotionally as much as he can from where he is. But physically, he's not here. So physically, I am acting as a single mom. And that's something I also have to get used to. I've accepted it. I didn't want to accept it because I was like, no, I'm not a single mom. Her dad is in the picture. But when it comes down to it, when I'm doing all the physical stuff in the house by myself, I'm technically a single mom. So dealing with that and trying to figure that out and what that means is also another part that has overwhelmed me. I have so much going on. Emotionally, I struggle with highs and lows. I get overwhelmed when Naya is upset. A lot of that is due to lack of sleep and stuff like that. So you see how I just went off into a tangent? Let's rewind, because I was telling you how my Sunday was going. Okay, so play with her, work on walking, any other things. Start making my dinner for my lunch for work, because my lunch is at midnight. So I start cooking and everything like that. So it's probably around 5 o'clock now. Around 5:30 is when her nurse gets here to start taking care of her. So Naya has overnight nursing while I'm at work. If she didn't have overnight nursing, I wouldn't be able to work. So it's pretty important to have nursing, because not just regular people can watch Naya. You have to be specially trained. So technically, there are 2 people outside of the nurses who can, well, 3, but one of them is in Vegas, her father, obviously. There are 2 people outside of the nurses who can technically watch Naya when I am not around, and that is my mother and my best friend Kathy, because they took training lessons at CHOP for 8 weeks over how to take care of Naya, how to do all the emergency stuff. They literally took classes for 8 weeks on how to work with Naya and her trach and how to care for her and stuff like that. Granted, that's a lot to ask for somebody to do. They did all of that, and we were stuck in CHOP for that very long time last summer. Not last summer as in like the summer that just passed. The summer before that, where I made all these videos and y'all seen all these videos of me in CHOP. So during that process while we were in CHOP, my mother and my best friend were in CHOP every week taking these classes for however long they took, so that they'd be able to help me out, give me a break sometimes. And I appreciate them for that. So thank you guys. But with all of that comes a lot. Naya is a lot. It's a lot to remember. It's a lot of measurement. It's a lot of just checking on her. Naya is an adventurous kid. So she can't do the things that she wants to do, but she tries really hard. For example, she wants to be able to walk around and stuff like that. So she'll get upset if she's not walking around with you. She'll cry if you're walking around without her. And if you leave her on the couch long enough, she'll find a way to shimmy her way down onto the floor. Granted, we just found this out recently. But because of that, Naya's not just a kid that you can sit on the couch, put some pillows around, and just walk away for a minute. you have to keep an eye on her. So you have other things you're trying to do. You're trying to cook, you're trying to clean, you're trying to clean her stuff, you're trying to disinfect this, you're trying to wipe down her food, you're trying to prep her food, you're trying to get her to play, all these things you're trying to do, but you also have to try to keep your sanity. And it's very nerve-wracking, especially for somebody who this isn't an everyday familiar thing with. For example, I know that my mother watches Nye. She does. She watches her. She used to watch her a weekend a month for me, and then I kind of like slowed that down because I didn't have. Things started coming up when I started doing things with Nye over the weekend. So she used to watch her for me a weekend a month to give me that sort of break that I needed away from Nye. Not saying that I need to be that I want to like get away from Nye. That it's just, as a mom, sometimes you need a break. But I know for a fact that because my mother doesn't do this every day, because she is nervous about changing Nye's trach if it needs to be changed. If Nye pulls her trach out, like, you're gonna freak out. I'm not gonna freak out. Nye pulled her trach out a few times before, and I was just like, little girl, what are you doing? So I know that comes with a lot. Nye is handsy. She knows what isn't supposed to be in her body. She's pulled out her G-tube plenty of times. She's pulled out her trach. She's pulled off her glasses. She's chewed on them. She's pulled off her hearing aids. She broke them. Nye knows what's not supposed to be on her, so she works accordingly. And that can be overwhelming for somebody who doesn't do this every day and like freaks out because they panic. They panic. People panic when they don't do something every day, and I don't like putting that type of panic on my mother, and I know that she panics because I know that probably after day I want to say at the 36-hour mark, she starts getting worried and starts calling me and stuff like that, which I understand. But that being said, it's really hard for me to get that break where I can decompress and not have to worry about anything but Ashley. So yeah, there's that. So there's been really rare times of where I had to just worry about me. Yeah. So I don't get that much me time. I don't get that time to decompress. I don't get that time to do that much things to benefit my health, to have some self-love, to do that type of stuff. And it's needed, especially as a mom, let alone a mom of a child who needs special love because they have special needs and care and stuff like that. So yeah, so the nurse comes at 5:30 on Sundays. I go to work. I get text updates from the nurses and everything, what's going on with Nye while I'm at work. I work a 10-hour shift, come back, and it's 5:30 in the morning now. So I'm trying to unwind so that I can get ready for bed myself. So I sign all the nurses' papers. They go on about their business. They leave. I make oatmeal, a meal, because I'm hungry by the time I get home. I make oatmeal, fry an egg or something, hop in the shower, lotion, sit in the bed, and the sun is rising. Now, have you ever tried to go to sleep while the sun is rising? Your body is automatically telling you, you're supposed to be getting up. Why are you trying to go to sleep? So by the time I get home, it takes forever for me to go to sleep. So mind you, I said I get home at 5:30. It is now 6:30, almost 7 o'clock, and I'm just up in my bedroom, like looking at the walls. So I try to put the covers over my head, be in darkness, and eventually I fall asleep. But if I'm looking at a clock, it's probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock at this time. And I want to say about 10:30, 11 o'clock now I start waking up. So I set my alarm for 11:30, and I get up. I go change Nye's butt and wipe her down, and I feed her, and I'll change her trach ties, and we'll put on her favorite movie, we'll play, we'll start walking again, and then my day starts all over again. So that's my Sunday through Thursday. Now, Thursday morning when I get off, she has therapies. So Nye is in occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and she has an audiologist that comes to the house. And I've scheduled these things on Thursdays and Fridays because those are my days I don't have to work, and I can I don't have to worry about missing sleep because I have to go to work later that night. So I scheduled them to come on Thursday and Friday. So I have to be up at 9 o'clock on Thursday for one of her first therapies, and then the next one comes at 12:30, and then she might take a nap. Nai's really finicky about that. Sometimes she want to take a nap, sometimes she'll hold out and just go to bed a little bit earlier. But for the most part, she might take a nap for about an hour, hour and a half in the middle of the day on Thursdays, and then we'll get back up, I'll feed her. So Nai has to be fed every 4 hours. So every 4 hours when Nai is awake, I have to do the flush, prep the food into the pump the food into her, flush her again, disinfect it's a lot when it comes to feeding. It's not just like sitting her down in her high chair with some chicken nuggets and be like, go ahead girl, work it out. No, we're not there yet. I don't know when we'll be there, even though we are working on feeding her solid foods. So it's a lot going on with routines and stuff like that. And then Friday, of course, we have 2 more therapies, and then I try to get some rest. Pretty much Thursday or Friday, one of those 2 days, we'll stay in the room, most likely in my room, in my bed, so that I can rest when I can. My trick these days is sitting her up in my bed, because I have a king size bed now. So I sit her up on one side of my bed, surround her with pillows, put on her favorite movie, and then I'll take a nap. Of course, this is after she eats and everything, but she got her movie on, she's content, she got some toys, she's around me, so she's cool. The only thing lately is she started singing with her movies, so I can't sleep as hard as I would like to, but I don't sleep that hard anyway because she wakes me up after her movies are done. She'll either like smack me or something when her Netflix movie goes off. So she's like, Mom, the next movie needs to come on, wake up, we need to get this party going. So I get like mini naps. I get 1.5 to 2 hours, depending on how long the movie or which movie she's watching is, naps. So that is usually what one of the Thursdays or Fridays look like after our therapies and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I do a lot of my running around, errand running, stuff like that on Thursdays and Fridays as well, because I like to try to see family or friends on Saturday. So I invite my friends over, or go over a friend's house, or go visit my mother on a Saturday. So pretty much, yeah. So I'm always doing stuff, and very little of these things pertain to me. So I don't get much self-love. I get anxious often. I get depressed because of my situation. I get depressed because I'm upset about what's going on with my child and I can't control it. I get depressed because I can see signs of autism in Nye. And I knew it was coming because they said it was a possibility when we went to take her to a genetics appointment when we went to CHOP when she was 1. And they were like, she could be on the spectrum, but we won't know until she hits age 5. But Nye has developed this habit, which she does for comfort, I've realized now, where she is doing chewing and biting, and repetitive head shakes, like no, like we know sometimes she is saying no, but she, for the most part she does it when she's happy. She'll shake her head no, back and forth. But I don't think that is a sign of communication. I think that's a tick for her. But yes, so she eats everything. Not eat it, but she wants to chew on everything. Don't leave your blankets, don't leave your coat, don't leave your shirt, don't leave your pillows, don't leave your couch cushions around. Nye will have it soaking wet. She has chewed so many things to bits and pieces, it's not even funny. We've gone through 2 octopuses. Octopi? Octopus? She went through 2 toys that are octopus. Where she chewed the stuffing out. Look at this. Look at this. This is my daughter's chewing habit. She's chewed the stuffing out of this. She chewed the stuffing out of this one. It's hard as a rock because it's been slobbered down. She chewed the mirror to pieces. Like, Nye is a chewer. I wanted to get her like these sensory chewy tubes that I found on Amazon. So I want to talk to her OT about that, but I don't know if she'll like it because I think she likes chewing on fabric. But yeah, so I'm starting to notice things that are starting to scare me as a parent. Not saying that anything is wrong with autism, but every parent wants their child to be healthy and happy and just a normal kid. And I don't know what normal is because I'm not normal myself. I just want her to have a fulfilling and normal childhood. Like, is that bad for me to say? Like, I just, oh Jesus, let me drink this tea. Anywho, there's a lot that is on my mind. That the bills, because her father and I don't live together anymore, we have 2 sets of bills. 2 rents, 2 electric bills, 2 gas bills, 2 water bills, 2 households of groceries, 2 everything. Medical bills, and it's just me. I miss him not only as nice dad and my best friend, but I also miss him as a partner who could handle these type of things with me. It is very overwhelming having to worry about if I remember to pay the electric bill or if I remember to pay the rent, because I have so many things going on in my brain where my anxiety and depression pushes out information that it doesn't deem as important to the moment. It is not something that I can do voluntarily. It pushes out information that I need to remember sometimes. Dates, appointment times, birthdays, people's phone numbers, important information. And I get lost in my thoughts sometimes. I forget what I'm saying in the middle of a conversation. It's a lot. For example, I just literally forgot what I was talking about that led me into that saying that I forget a lot of my information. I don't even remember what I was talking about. See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So, there's that. Okay, I think I remember now. I was talking about missing, having her father around as like, not only her best friend and her dad, my best friend and her dad, but also as that support that I need, financially, emotionally. I don't have a lot of that. I have my best friends, I have my mom, but they all have their own stuff going on, and it's not their responsibility to coddle me, to make sure I'm okay. They have their own issues going on in their lives. They're not living in it with me. They don't know what's going on with me. Oh, Jesus. Why do I want to cry? This is what I'll be talking about. So this is why I wanted to make this video. I need y'all to see what the heck is going on with me. I feel crazy. I feel just alone. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like I'm not doing a good job keeping it together. And this video might not make sense to anybody because I'm literally all over the place, but I needed to get it out because I feel like nobody sees this part of motherhood, or they don't put it out as much because everybody has this thing on social media where it's like, I'm going to put out the best parts of my life to show everybody that I'm doing okay, and sometimes we're not doing okay. And I just need people to understand that it's okay to not to be okay. Because most days I'm not okay. But we're doing okay because I continue to go. I have the support of my cousin, but also she's like my best friend and my sister as well. She also is a mom of 2, or a mom of 3, and I'm able to talk to her candidly about this stuff because she deals with it too. So you gotta find people who you can relate to and are real with you and will talk sense into you and calm you down and understand you, and it'll help you get through. You have friends and family members that they're there for you and you appreciate them, but sometimes they don't understand you like somebody else who's going through almost the exact same situation as you. When you're struggling and your friends are not, you feel like you can't talk to them. So I feel like everybody needs a village, per se. A mixed village, I should say. There we go. So you have your best friends, you have your family members, and you have to reach out to people who are also in your situation, who can give you some insight, some advice, some tips on how to deal with it. And I think that's why I want to start a mommy circle. So starting next month, I want to have a meetup here at my house in my living room, with a few moms at different points in their lives, either people who are thinking about becoming moms, so that we can have these moments to candidly share with each other our experiences, to offer advice, to offer support, emotional, the things that we might be lacking or we aren't dealing with because we have no one to talk to about it. I want it to be a safe zone. And I got this idea from Mrs. Wright's Way. Nye and I actually got to meet her last month, and it was amazing. It was so uplifting. It made my soul happy to be in a room with these women who are just so strong and just beautiful, beautiful women with beautiful souls. And I want to be able to provide that to other people who weren't able to experience that, because that is something that I will always remember. I will always cherish and be thankful for, because I needed that moment. And I feel like if I could share that with other people who don't get that, that'd be awesome. So starting next month, December 8th, which is a Saturday, I'm going to pick one Saturday a month, and I'm going to have a mommy meetup at my house. And yeah, so that should be good. I might even post a few snippets or just at least an update of what's going on with those at least once a month. So that should be awesome. I'm so sorry for crying. Actually, I'm not sorry for crying. If you get offended by me crying, I don't know what to tell you. Change the video. I don't know. But yeah, let me wipe my nose. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm back. So thank you, Mrs. Wright's Way, if you do end up watching this, for just that special moment, for letting me meet those amazing moms. Thank you to the amazing moms who shared their stories that day. I love you all. You guys are amazing. And you are definitely welcome in my house, in my home, the safe zone. We can definitely have another mommy meetup with you guys, are all invited. But yeah, so if, what was I going to say? See, this is what I be talking about. This anxiety and depression and stuff, it just be pushing information out. It just be pushing it out. It just be pushing it out. So, yeah. Overwhelmment. I need to learn how to do some more self-love, because I don't get any me time. I'm literally actively trying to rediscover who Ashley is, not Ashley the mom. So these are the type of things that I'm dealing with on a personal level that I don't talk about much. I just don't talk about much, and I don't see a lot of people who talk about it. And that's another reason why I appreciate Miss Wright's Way, because she did the same thing. She tells us exactly what's going on. She shows us candidly what's going on, what motherhood looks like on its highs and its lows. And I just want to take that energy and also put it out so that I can show other people that it happens. This is real life. This is real life, bruh. It is hard, and it is tiring, and it is exhausting, and it is a pain in the butt. But you just gotta keep pushing. Yeah. So I don't know if I really had much else to say about this topic. I'm pretty sure if I do, I'll post about it, but I'll post a couple pictures of what you missed, and I'll even post another picture or a couple pictures of the meetup that we had, or the cousin that I was talking about that was like my best friend. She was also there, so you'll see that pictures too. So yeah, I hope this video wasn't too long. I hope it wasn't too emotional for you. I hope it helped you open up or feel like you're not alone. That's the whole point of this. I want people who see this video to feel like, if they feel like I do, they're not alone. Motherhood is hard. It's really, 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 really hard. And I feel like you can only prepare for it so much. But you're not alone. You have help. You have friends. You have support. You have love. You have everything you need. You are provided for. I've learned that. You've been provided for by your creator, by whatever higher power being you believe in, by your ancestors. Everything you need, you have been equipped with, to handle those things, to whatever you're going through, to handle whatever you're going through. You've been equipped with it. It's just discovering that. And that's another part of my journey, is discovering my tools. And some of them I don't know that I have. I have to listen to other people and their testimonies, or just be open to learning about yourself, to find out these things. So I'm rambling again. So I guess I'll just end this video. But I just want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you for taking this time and listening to me ramble while Naya is upstairs watching Trolls. Because that's the type of moment I needed. I needed a moment where she wasn't going to be over here trying to attack me, because that's what my child does. So she's upstairs on my bed with a pillow fort around her watching Trolls, which is her favorite movie. So shout out to DreamWorks and Netflix, because my daughter loves Trolls. It saved us many a nights and days in tantrums. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys. I love you all. I love you so much. Please have a great day. Be wonderful. Be great. Be awesome. You are awesome. You are loved. You're amazing. Don't forget that. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get all the updates and new episodes. You can also follow us on Instagram at BeautifullyHumanNewmans. There you'll find video clips and pictures that we won't show on the blog. You can also follow our stores page at Nice Creations on Instagram. There you'll find the website where you can find all the candles and melts that you'd like to purchase in support of Nye. Fight like Nye. Thanks guys.